Today on Rappler, the United Nationalist Alliance dropped shared candidates Escudero, Legarda and Poe from its senatorial slate.
Because the three candidates being shared, or at least having the perception of being shared, muddled the debate because it is now difficult to stand on two separate platforms.
Liberal Party spokesman Miro Kimbo says UNA's decision draws the lines between the two parties. And Liberal Party outspends UNA in their proclamation rallies. Hello, I'm Ayalo, sitting in for Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. United Nationalist Alliance cuts ties with three senatorial candidates it shares with Team Pinoy. Ay Macaraig follows their sorties in Zambales and files this report.
Are they with us or against us? The status of Senators Lauren Legarda, Francis Escudero, and Grace Poe has been a long-running issue. For months now, the three benefit from endorsements from both the ruling Liberal Party and the opposition United Nationalist Alliance, or UNA. It's an odd arrangement that sparked a tug-of-war and questions on where their loyalties really lie. Finally, UNA calls it quits. UNA campaign manager Toby Tiangco announces the alliance is junking the three from its list of candidates. Tiangco says UNA exhausted all means to accommodate them, but they failed to live up to their commitment to also join UNA events. For UNA, the last straw is their decision to choose the LP proclamation in Manila last week over its rally in Cebu. While campaigning in Zambales, UNA senatorial bets explained the decision as a response to what they call the unfair treatment the three gave UNA.
I guess like any lovers, any lover that you have, if you love somebody, di ba? Dapat magpakita ka din paminsan-minsan para tuloy-tuloy yung pagmamahal. Pero siyempre pag na-snub po ninyo yung mahal sa buhay, ay talagang magagalit din yun. At that's what happened.
Yet San Juan Representative J.V. Ejercito says it wasn't an easy decision to make considering the three's history with UNA. Poe is the daughter of the late Fernando Poe Jr., the best friend of Ejercito's father and UNA stalwart former President Joseph Estrada. Legarda was Poe's running mate in 2004, while Escudero was their spokesperson in the opposition.
Si Grace, mas alam niya kung sino ang talagang nagpakahirap para kay FPJ noong 2004. Noong panahon na ang Liberal Party ay hindi naniniwala sa kanya tatay, kami po ay talagang buong puso, dugo pawis ang amin pong ibinigay para kay FPJ noon.
Despite UNA's decision, Ejercito and his father say they will still personally campaign for Poe because of their family's close ties. This early, talk is already rife of possible replacements for the three, including evangelist brother Eddie Villanueva, Puerto Princesa Mayor Edward Hagedorn, and Bayan Muna Representative Teddy Casino. For UNA's candidates, it's not an issue if there are only 9 left in the slate.
That's not my decision to make, pero I think with 9, UNA has already their hands full. So, siguro hindi na kailangan ng replacement.
Estrada, Vice President Jeju Morbinay, and Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile will have to decide whether or not to replace the three. Shared, yes, adopted candidates. For UNA, it's time to draw the line and make a choice. But the case of the common candidates shows that in the Philippines, party affiliations are not so much about a difference in ideology, but personal relationships. Ay Macaraig, Rappler, Zambales.
Team Pinoy senatorial best Escudero, Legarda and Poe respect UNA's decision to remove them from its senatorial list. But Escudero and Poe say they are a little confused. They say UNA set no conditions when they were invited to join the coalition. The candidates say they were surprised when UNA attacked them for skipping their rallies. But Escudero says it's just politics. He says in Filipino, I still consider them friends. Poe says she was not surprised by the decision but was hurt by UNA's attacks. She says she cannot be accused of abandoning UNA because they did not offer her a slot in its senatorial ticket until 2 days before the filing of the candidacies. Poe says in Filipino, they might have been nervous because I was a neophyte. I'm an underdog, I'm not famous like them. In a statement, Legarda says she regrets the decision, but she says she maintains her, quote, high regard for the leadership of UNA. Team Pinoy campaigns in Iloilo a vote-rich province and home to one of the coalition's loyal members, former Governor Rodneil Quiteles Sr. But does he have coalition support? Carmela from Buena reports.
Senators Cheese Escudero, Lauren Legarda, and former Census Chief Grace Poe are all here in Iloilo for the Team Pinoy campaign rally the same day that rival slate United Nationalist Alliance or UNA announces it is junking them as common candidates. They are hurt, sad, a little confused, but also relieved.
Malaking kawalan yun, pero sino ba naman kami para magdikta at humiling ng tulong na hindi naman nila gustong ibigay? Maliwanag ang usapan namin bago nagsimula ang kampanyahan. Nagulat na lamang ako na kung ano-ano mahangang na salita at putik ang binabato nila sa amin pagkatapos ng proclamation rally.
Tinirespeto ko ang kanilang desisyon at hindi magbabago ang aking pagtingin sa mga opisyalis ng UNA, lalong-lalo na kay dating Pangulong Estrada, VP Binay at kay Senate President Enrile.
Malungkot, pero kasi desisyon naman nila yun. Alam mo, inimbita naman nila kami ng voluntaryo. Hindi naman po kami nagpresenta sa kanila. Bagamat siguro, hinihintay ko rin na nabigyan nila ako ng suporta dahil nga sa pinagsamahan din ng aking tatay sa kanila. Nabunutan rin ako ng tinik kasi syempre yung personal relationship namin naapektuhan na rin. Dahil sinabi ko naman sa kanila, ipit na rin ako.
But none of these emotions matter, or at least showed as President Aquino presents the Team Pinoy slate here in Iloilo, a vote-rich province with very interesting local politics. The Liberal Party here sacrificed the ambition of its loyal member, former Iloilo Governor Rodneil Quiteles Sr. to return to the capital. Instead, it is throwing its support behind its political rival, incumbent Governor Adrian Portugal. It's a move that Liberal Party is willing to make to get two political clans in this important province on its side. Local political observers here say it's a strategic move to secure the province for the 2016 presidential elections. They always say politics is addition. It's the same politics that Grace Poe, Lauren Legarda, and Cheese Escudero were banking on when United Nationalist Alliance adopted them. But that didn't work out. This is Carmela von Buena, Rappler, Iloilo.
Liberal Party spokesman Miro Kimbo says Team Pinoy sees UNA's decision to drop the three common candidates as an inevitable conclusion. Kimbo says with the lines drawn, platforms will be more clear to voters.
Is that it now makes these elections clear.
Right.
Because the three candidates being shared, or at least having the perception of being shared, muddle the debate because it is now difficult to stand on two separate platforms.
Kimbo says Philippine politics is personality-oriented, but he says anchoring Team Pinoy on President Benigno Aquino reflects the president's good governance agenda.
It is called Team Pinoy, and in fact, it is a person's name. It is the president's name. But unlike any other president for that matter, the president speaks volumes in carrying out a particular agenda, and that's governance, meaning accountability. It's human capital investments, meaning investing in our people, and reforming the entire investment infrastructure to make the country more attractive. I mean, those are the three things that really the president wants to focus on.
Kimbo also addresses questions about possible cracks in the Liberal Party's partnership with the National People's Coalition. The MPC admits having issues with LP at the local level.
No coalition will always be problem-free. Right. But as a whole, the party, NPC, has already spoken through its officials that there's no truth to that. As far as we're concerned, their commitment to the president and to the coalition is not only for these elections, but in fact, up until the end of the term of the president.
The ruling Liberal Party spent a lot more than the opposition group UNA in their proclamation rallies. Top billed by President Aquino, the kickoff sortie, led by LP-led Team Pinoy, cost 1.8 million pesos, according to a document submitted by LP to Comelec Manila office. UNA's kickoff sortie in Cebu, top billing Vice President Binay, former President Joseph Estrada, and Juan Ponce Enrile, cost less than half of this amount. UNA spent only around 800,000 pesos for its kickoff sortie in Plaza Independencia, Cebu, based on the report it submitted to Comelec's local Cebu office. If both camps' expense reports are to be believed, UNA spent only 44.5% of LP's expenses last February 12. But a separate item in UNA's report shows businessman William Gatchalian shouldered over 900,000 pesos in hotel accommodations and various contributions. Both camps meet the deadline set by the law for the submission of a statement of expenses for their public rallies.